Hi, I'm Natalie, and I'm the only child of a rich couple of tech entrepreneurs. They developed some apps that became super popular overnight, and they became millionaires. Sounds cool, right? Well, it wasn't that great for me. My parents were always working or traveling, so I hardly ever saw them. I was practically raised by my nanny, and my best friend was my chauffeur, Thomas. I really wanted to have friends my age to play with. So when I was 5 and starting school, I was thrilled. I put on my new uniform and cleaned my thick glasses. Oh yeah, I have a huge eyesight problem. I'm almost blind without them. When we arrived, I noticed that everyone in the parking lot was looking at me. Just then, I spotted a girl my age standing close by and saw that she was wearing the exact same shoes as me. I walked up to her excitedly and put my foot next to hers. Look, we have the same shoes. We could be best friends. The girl stomped on my foot. Don't think you'll be popular here just because you came in a fancy car, Four Eyes. But I didn't ask, and I don't care. Don't talk to me. And with that, she flicked her hair and left, and her minions followed. I soon discovered that her name was Cynthia, and she was in my class. She told everyone I was a loser who'd begged to be her best friend, and I instantly became a laughing stock. For the next few years, I just kept my head down and ate my lunch alone in the janitor's closet. In the 2nd grade, I saw a sign-up sheet on the board for dance auditions. I'd been having dance lessons at home since I was a kid, and I loved it. So I immediately put my name down. But just then, I heard Cynthia laughing behind me. There's no place for you here. Only talented dancers can join the class. The ones who don't wear stupid glasses. I was so tired of her walking all over me. I am a talented dancer. You don't get to decide what my place is. With that heavy equipment in front of your eyes? I don't think so. That joke about my glasses is now older than my grandma, and I'm bored. Come up with something better already. Her eyes went wide in surprise, and I walked off feeling proud of myself. Maybe she'd let me be now, but I was so wrong. On the day of the audition, she got to dance first. She wasn't bad, but I was better. But when she finished dancing, all the judges got up and clapped for her. Immediately, a woman in the jury said, "That was brilliant. We have the person here for the lead role." Wait, what? I climbed onto the stage immediately. Excuse me, ma'am, but she was only the first dancer. You haven't even seen the rest yet. The woman looked at me with disgust. I can tell simply by looking at someone if they're talented, and you are not. Someone take her away, please. Next. That was so unfair. After the audition, I saw Cynthia hugging that woman and calling her mom. Now it made sense why the judge was so nasty. Well, I couldn't even do the one thing I loved, and Cynthia still kept making my life miserable over the next few years. She spread a rumor that I had a contagious eye disease, and anyone who hung out with me would go blind, and everyone actually believed her. Another time, I'd taken my glasses off during an exam to clean them, and I didn't notice her slipping a cheat sheet on my desk. I nearly got suspended. I spent most of my time denying all these stupid rumors, and it was exhausting. One day in 7th grade, as I was walking down the corridor, Cynthia pushed me and my glasses fell off. I started to crawl, feeling the floor with my hands. As I vaguely spotted the glasses and reached out for them, Cynthia stepped forward and crushed them with her foot. That was it. I attacked her blurry figure, knocking her to the ground. We were wrestling and pulling each other's hair when a teacher intervened, and we both ended up in the principal's office. Cynthia looked totally chilled out, and her mom landed 2 minutes later to defend her. Oh, I know this child. She's a troublemaker. Her mom was on the school board, and the principal seemed to believe her instantly. Where are your parents? Your father said he'd be here right away. Before I could answer, Thomas opened the door. Oh, that's not her father. That's her chauffeur. Clearly, she's not on her parents' priority list. They sent the chauffeur to deal with her. I blinked away my tears furiously and ran off to the empty school auditorium, one of my usual hiding spots. I put on my headphones and started dancing in the dark. It was the only thing that kept me sane. When I finished, I heard someone clapping. As I looked towards the audience, I saw a boy sitting in the dark. It was Clayton. Clayton was popular and hot, and every girl in school wanted to date him, including Cynthia. And that was reason enough for me to stay away from him. What do you want? I was just watching you dance. You're really good. Please, just stay away from me. I stepped down from the stage, and as I was walking past him, he gently took my arm. Wait a second, okay? I just want to talk. I stopped. my heart beating a little faster. He removed my glasses.
"You're really pretty."
As he pulled me closer, I shut my eyes, waiting for my very first kiss. But before anything happened, he started to laugh and ran away with my glasses. "Hey, wait!" I started panting and sweating. Everything was dark and blurry. I heard laughs coming from every corner. "Loser." "Four-eyed dork." I covered my ears and started to cry. Suddenly, Thomas opened the door and shouted,
"Natalie, where are you?"
Oh, here comes the superhero to the rescue. Or should we say, super chauffeur? Cynthia and her tribe skipped out laughing as Thomas took my hand and then drove me home. I didn't go to school for a few days and stayed in bed, but the more I thought about it, the angrier I felt. I was alone, and my parents weren't going to come bail me out. I had to stand up for myself. It was the only way to deal with these bullies. But when I went back to school, suddenly everyone and everything had changed. Cynthia ran towards me and hugged me like a best friend. "Hi, Nat. We were so worried about you." "Yes, where have you been? We missed you." Even Clayton was there smiling at me. What on earth was happening? "What are you up to? Don't touch me." And then I heard a voice behind me. It was my mom. "Natalie, what are you doing?" "What am I doing? What are you doing here?" "Nat, how come you never told us that your mother is the founder of the most successful fashion app in the world? She just gave us a ton of discount coupons for the most awesome brands." "And why did I need to tell you that? I don't even use it." "You're hilarious, Nat. That's why we're best friends." "No, we're not. You're a psycho."
"Natalie, you're being so rude. I didn't teach you those manners."
"You're right. You didn't teach me any manners. You didn't teach me anything. So go back to making your apps, Mom, and take these psychos with you." Well, maybe having a famous mom would finally help get Cynthia off my back, but that was wishful thinking. Because from that day on, I not only had to deal with her at school, but also in my own home. Since Cynthia had convinced my mother that we were best friends, Mom had a brilliant idea of inviting her home every day and to come with me in the limo. Cynthia and her minions were really enjoying the limo ride, touching every button. "Knock it off, you're going to break something." Poor Four Eyes. Her mom likes me more than she likes her. Ugh, I wanted to punch her stupid face. This went on for weeks, but one day, just when I was at the edge of losing my mind, something unexpected happened. As I was coming out of class, I saw Cynthia and her mom arguing.
"You need to train for nationals, Cynthia. You seem really distracted."
"Don't worry, Mom. I'm practicing at the studio every day. I know how important the competition is." "Okay, just checking. You have to win every competition to get a university scholarship. Your stupid father has left me with no money, and you have to go to Juilliard. It's important for my reputation." "I know, Mom." I realized Cynthia had been lying to her mom about going for practice because she was always at my place. Now was my chance to get rid of her once and for all. That afternoon, when Cynthia was at my place as usual, I stole her cell phone, took her mom's number, and called her, acting as a secretary from the dance studio. "Hi, I wanted to tell you that your daughter had an accident at the studio and you're her emergency contact. Can you please come over immediately?" "Oh my God, is she okay?" "Yes, she's fine, but she's asking for you. I'm sending you the address."
"I'll be right there."
Okay, that was a bit dramatic, I know. When I heard a car screech to a halt outside my house, I went running out. Cynthia's mom was shocked to see me.
"You? What is this? Some kind of prank?"
"Oh, no, please believe me. You have to come see Cynthia." As her mom looked at me suspiciously, I led her to my bedroom where Cynthia and her minions were reading magazines lying on my bed. Gosh, I think I'll just run away and become a teen model. Or marry some rich billionaire. I don't want to dance and go to stupid college. Mom is really annoying. No wonder Dad left her.
You ungrateful brat."
"Mom, I was just kidding."
"Shut up. You're coming with me right now. You're grounded for life."
She took Cynthia by the ear, like a 5-year-old rascal caught doing something bad by her mommy. It was heaven, and I'd been recording the whole thing on my phone. It was an Oscar-worthy film I could watch on repeat, and then I shared it with the whole school. By the next day, Cynthia was the laughing stock, and that was the end of her popularity. But when I got home that day, Mom was waiting for me with her phone in her hand.
"You made this and circulated it everywhere? How could you do this to that nice girl? You're a terrible person."
I'm glad at least this made you pay some attention to me, Mom. Did you know Cynthia has bullied me from the day I started school? Do you know she's knocked me down, broken my glasses, spread rumors about me, and humiliated me in front of everyone? You wouldn't know because you were never here. Her mom always came to defend her, but mine never showed up for me. I'm sorry, Natalie. I didn't know. I was so busy all these years to build a great future for you. This app, this company, this money, it's all yours. Well, you know what, Mom? I always thought I was angry at you for never having any time for me. But now I think what's been bothering me all along is that I'll grow up to run your company one day and I'll become someone like you. And I don't want to be like you. I don't want to ignore the people who love me the most for some company or money. Oh, I didn't know you hated me this much. Mom, I don't hate you. I hate the fact that I might turn out to be a mother like you. Please, forgive me. Please, give me a chance. I wasn't ready to forgive her right away, and I didn't talk to her for months. But it seemed like my words had really moved her, and she kept trying to make up for all the lost time. And eventually, I decided to give her a chance again. And, well, Cynthia, she never bothered me again. She was now a prisoner of her mother, who didn't take her eyes off her and forced her to dance every single day. Hi, I'm Megan. Please like and subscribe because My Story Animated will give $1,000 to one lucky person who subscribes in the next 7 days. My American mom met my dad in London when she studied piano at university, and they got married and then had my older sister Susie. They moved back to the States so Mom could work on her career, and then had me. Then they started having problems, and my dad thought it would be best to move back to London. But for some reason, Dad only loved Susie and ignored me all the time. On my 5th birthday, Dad bought her a PlayStation and beautiful dresses, while I only got a grumpy look from him. But Dad, it's my birthday. Why didn't you get me anything? Don't you love me?
Oh, stop being such a crybaby. I told you, Mum, I only wanted one child. Susie was enough for me. But no, you had to come along.
Seriously? He was such a jerk. And Susie always made sure to remind me she was his favorite. But thankfully, I had Mom, and she loved me to bits. Then one night when I was 8, Susie and I heard Mom and Dad fighting like crazy.
I know that child ain't mine. I know you cheated on me, you awful woman.
OMG. Is that why Dad hated me all this time? Because I wasn't his daughter? Dad stormed out of the house with his bags and didn't even stop for Susie as she called out to him. I hugged Mom and cried, but she convinced me that he was crazy and we were better off without him. But there was someone who was super pissed. Susie. Dad left because of you. You're the reason for everything bad, Megan, and I'm going to kick you out of our lives for good and bring him back. I thought she was just going to be mad for a while, but the next day, I screamed when I went into the bathroom. Stuck on the mirror was my head cut out from a photograph with the eyes poked out and red paint streaks on my face. Of course it was Susie. I found more of those pictures all around the house, and I showed them to Mom, and she grounded her. Over time, I grew even closer to Mom, and she discovered that I was great at playing the piano, just like her. She started teaching me, and by 7th grade, I was good enough to be selected as the key player of the school's music team. But Susie just couldn't live with that. On the day of the program, when I went on stage, I saw that my music notes had been burned. There was only a heap of ash on the piano with a note, "Hope you fail and keep failing for the rest of your life. You don't deserve happiness." Susie was a psycho, and I was gonna kill her. I nervously started playing the music from memory, and everyone in the audience loved my performance, except for Susie, of course. She looked fuming mad. As soon as I got home, I confronted her. "What's wrong with you? Don't you think it's time to find something to do with your life besides being a pain in my butt? My life? You ruined my life, my happiness, my family. I'm not going to let you breathe in peace, Megan. Just you watch and wait." OMG, she was unbelievable. But then what happened next shocked me even more. My left hand suddenly grabbed her hair and smashed her face into the cake Mom got to congratulate me. She screamed as loud as she could, and Mom came running. "What did you do now, Susie?" But it wasn't Susie this time, it was me. And I had no idea what had just happened. I ran out of there all confused. A few days later, I was taking my math test in class, but I couldn't figure out any of the answers. I started to panic when suddenly my left hand grabbed the test paper of the girl sitting next to me. She screamed in shock. And up next, detention. What the freaking heck? What was wrong with my hand? Susie couldn't wait to break the news to Mom. As soon as we reached home, she started screaming. "Look, Mum, your favorite has made you so proud. She got detention for cheating." Mom looked at me in shock, but I just ran up to my room. Later that evening, I told her what had been happening with my hand, and the next day, she took me to the doctor. And it turned out I had a strange condition called alien hand syndrome, where my left hand acts like it has a brain of its own.
It's more likely to get out of control when you're experiencing extreme emotions, like stress.
What? Then what about my career as a pianist? I freaked out and my left hand smashed the doctor's instruments into the wall. I decided to keep it a secret from Susie because I didn't want her to tell the world that I was a freak. I thought my life was just ruined, but at least I had my best friend Max. He never visited me at home anymore because once Susie had put so many chilies in his food, he ended up in the hospital. I didn't tell him about my hand, but he could tell I was bummed out. So he took me out for ice cream that evening. As we were walking back home, he suddenly turned to me.
You have ice cream on your nose. Do you mind if I...
Saying that, he moved closer and my heart started beating a bit faster. What was he doing? He leaned in to kiss me, and I ended up slapping him really hard. Not my freaking alien hand again. Oh, Max, I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean to. It's just,
No, it's my fault. I should have asked you first. I'm sorry.
Saying that, he ran off. I felt so terrible. A couple of days later, I was looking for him everywhere to apologize, and I found him making out with some girl in the music hall who was none other than freaking Susie. Oh my God, Max! Why are you kissing my sister?
What are you, the kissing police? I can kiss whoever I want. You missed your chance when you slapped me.
Oh, you obviously deserved more than that. Whoa. Easy there, Hulk. He's my boyfriend, and we've been dating for a whole day now. Susie, you know he's my best friend. Why are you such a jerk? Jerk? You're the jerk here, always wanting to take away my happiness. I'm not going to let you do it, Megan, so keep your paws off him. Saying that, she grabbed his hand and stormed out of the music hall. She just wanted to take away everything from me, even my best friend. Days passed and I focused more on my music. In the 10th grade, I had a chance to audition for a spot at the best music academy in the country. I was super excited for it. I reached the venue an hour early, but as I was waiting for Mom backstage, Susie called me on my cell phone, and she was crying hysterically. "Megan, you have to hurry. Mom met with an accident on her way to you, and she's in the hospital now." Did that witch really think I'd believe her? But I called Mom 10 times and she just wouldn't answer. That's when I started to panic, so I quickly hailed a cab and rushed to the hospital. Halfway through, I suddenly got a call from Mom. "Honey, my phone was on silent and I didn't even know. I just saw all your calls. I'm at the venue. Where are you?" OMG, I couldn't believe Susie had played me. I got stuck in traffic on the way back and I arrived 10 minutes late for my performance. As the judges glared at me, I sat down shakily and tried to calm down, but I was so flustered. The performance started out fine, but only after a few minutes, my left hand went bonkers, and it turned into a complete nightmare. As people started to laugh, I ran off the stage in tears. I was so embarrassed and furious at Susie. She was so cruel. When Mom and I got home, I walked straight to Susie and slapped her hard in the face. "I can't believe you'd stoop so low to hurt me. You ruined my performance. Do you have any idea how important it was for me?" "Yeah, I do, and I don't care. Just like you people don't care about me. Mom has always loved you and supported you, but me, after Dad left, she just abandoned me." "Oh, honey, what are you talking about? I love you as much as I love Megan, but you always pushed me away, and I felt you hated me." "Oh, yes. I do hate you. I hate you for making me feel left out. You two even have your own little secrets, don't you? Yes, I know all about Megan's condition, and I was just waiting to use it against her at the right time, and it all worked out wonderfully. I was about to attack her again, but Mom stopped me and Susie stormed off. I was never going to speak to that witch again, ever, but I could still annoy the heck out of her. I hooked up my piano to some large speakers and played like crazy day and night right outside her room. I started making videos of myself while playing and uploading them on my YouTube channel. Once, I even composed a song especially dedicated to her. If you know any Susie, just be aware. Even if she's your sister, please take care. My sister can't see me happy. No, just never. My witch sister hates me forever and ever. The next day, I had hundreds of comments on that video. People loved my little composition, and they even sent me sympathetic messages about their own mean sisters. And a few days later, I got an email from a famous music producer saying he saw some real talent in me and that he'd like me to work with him on a new album. What? Could it be that I was dreaming? This was insane. Soon after, my first album came out and it became a huge hit, and I was on freaking cloud 9. After that, I was playing at concerts and even went on a music tour with Taylor Swift. Then one day, the bell rang and Susie opened the door. I went running when I heard her screams. Standing in the doorway was Dad? OMG, Dad, I knew you'd come back for me. I missed you so much. What took you so long? But suddenly, he just pushed Susie aside and came running to me.
Oh, my daughter, my lovely, talented, famous daughter. I knew you'd make me proud one day.
What are you saying, Dad? I'm your daughter, Susie, the one you love the most.
You're not my daughter. You're the reason I left this house in the first place, 'cause you aren't my own blood.
What? This was crazy. All this while I thought I wasn't his kid, but turns out Susie wasn't? She burst into tears when she heard this, but Dad wouldn't stop.
I don't know whose worthless child you are. Megan is my only daughter.
Just stop it, Dad. You're not Susie's dad, and you're not mine either. You never loved me, and then you just abandoned us all. You're not fit to be anyone's dad, and don't you dare talk to my sister that way. Just then Mom stepped in, looking furious. You crazy, horrible man. I never cheated on you, and they're both your daughters. But you wouldn't believe me. Well, you don't deserve either of them, you selfish creature. Dad looked at Susie and said that he loved her and that she needed him. You only came to get Megan's money. You never loved me, and I blamed Megan for it. I thought she was the reason why you left me. But I realize now, you're just a terrible gold digger, Dad, and I don't want to see your face again. So leave, now. And then Susie kicked him out of the house. I'm so sorry, Megan. I was so mean to you all this time. I was such a moron for treating you like an enemy, and I don't deserve to be your sister. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I'm very sorry. Everything you did to me affected me badly. I don't know if I'm ready to forgive you, but I believe in second chances. I really hope you change. But for now, we can start with a hug. Susie hugged me and Mom joined us. I love you, my precious daughters. Everything will be fine as long as we're together.